I think choice, right? That the consumer will have choice, and that they have the opportunity to plan what that lifestyle will look like, and that they're not just going to be pigeonholed into what's available or having to wait for something that they want. I joined as an associate director of care of one of the largest long-term care homes in Ontario. So we had 248 beds, and from there, a year later, I became the director of nursing, and that was my first introduction into long-term care or senior care. From there, I worked 5 years at Rivercrest. I was asked to join as a consultant in 2019, the fall. And I was approached by the president of Rivercrest Estates to lead the independent supportive living side of this brand new property. And in January of 2022, I will take on the director of operations position for the property of Rivercrest Estates Active Lifestyle Community. So we know that the baby boomer is one of the biggest generation growths. And in the next 20 years, they're expecting even approximately 65% more seniors requiring some sort of housing or community to live in. The baby boomer, or the 50 plus active adult right now, is looking for a retirement lifestyle, not a retirement home. So in that lifestyle, they're looking for that adventure, that fun, a resort type setting, which is what we are trying to offer here at Rivercrest Estates. In that resort type setting, they will have the option to take advantage of amenities and services as they need them. They will have the option to age gracefully in that setting. We're offering a variety of options as far as ownership, leasing, life equity. Sizes of units is important. So again, if we compare to where we're at in retirement and long-term care, typically you're about 300 to maybe 400 square feet of living space. Our property is offering 640 square feet up to 1,500 square feet of living space. The other challenges I think that I'm seeing over the years is the continuity of your caregiver. If another piece that's a big one that has been a big challenge both in the home community as well as in retirement and long-term care is that not having that rapport or that connection with that caregiver when they're requiring support for their activities of daily living. So I think as a baby boomer myself, and what I would be looking for and the amount of information that I have available to me, I am going to be much more proactive at planning what my retirement lifestyle is going to look like versus just, being pushed into a crisis situation. The level of care is going to be supported through services without that burden on the caregiver. More of a community support, family camaraderie, might be two women that have spouses that are now disabled, and those two women can't go out for their walks together. But now they're living in this community. Now they can go for their walks, and their spouses are, still having supports within the community, and they're not worried about something happening. Having many options within one community to offer to different people. So the co-housing idea is very big in Toronto right now, is moving down to this area. And it's, where you might have widows that can no longer stay in their family home, or it's too big, or it's lonely, and they're just not managing as well in that family home, and they get together with three of their girlfriends, and they live in a larger home, and they share all of those expenses. Now they go down to one car, or they pool for groceries, or they all have their separate area, but they have that ability to have a common area where they meet, or they eat together, or they do different activities together. So that's the friendship suites idea, that co-housing opportunity within the units, where you could have a larger unit and have a common area that's shared, and two separate areas where are your personal living space, your bedroom, your bathroom, and your sitting area, with a common area that's a kitchen, living area that is shared with another resident. And in fact, in the US, there's a number of these communities that are already well established that have these same concepts of aging in place, and this co-housing idea, and this idea of this retirement lifestyle, all within one community, and all of the amenities are close by, and even services such as trips that are happening, and people can sign up for those trips, and they go as a group, those sorts of things. Car services, you don't need a car, there'll be a limousine service, a concierge, that sort of higher end 5-star hotel like concept, but in a living community. So there will be a number of smart devices available for our consumer. And again, the 50 plus age group is very tech supportive. They're very techy, and they're getting into that technology and artificial intelligence and all of those things, Google Home and Alexa and all of those devices. And we are working with a provider for a smart watch that monitors health as well as health promotion. So it'll be monitoring health, key health markers, as well as health promotion and wellness. Keyless entries, a watch that opens your door, allows you access to your property, that you can, just like your Apple Watch, you can pay for things and services with it. So those kinds of concepts, as far as on the technology side, will also be a piece that will set us apart from others, putting it more on a trendy, upscale end of retirement lifestyle. I think it's around the technology piece, and we're already working with a supplier on this watch idea, and the watch will be capable of having more apps added to it. So it will morph into time being quite unique and appropriate for the time as things change. I think the other piece is the other properties that are coming on board. There's some excitement there as well, and what's going to be there to what will be offered with respects to those other properties. So the variety of all of that. I think the other unique piece is this life equity component of Rivercrest. So although the trends are showing that your 50 plus adult is looking to lease, there are some that are still looking for investment opportunities and this idea of life equity. So Rivercrest is offering a multitude of opportunities with respects to purchasing, owner occupied, investment, life equity, or even leasing. So there's on the financial side, there's still opportunity there for people to make sound investments in real estate, which again is proven over time and time to be a good investment, and we're seeing that more and more these days with what's happening in real estate. So life equity would be that they would become a shareholder within the corporation, and they would be given a fee, earnings, a net operating income that is, once it's kind of cleared off all its operating expenses, whatever's left over, they would be paid a certain amount per share. And that could be, again, would fund more of the lifestyle that they're looking for. The attraction in the Niagara area is price point, for one, what you can get for your dollar. Rivercrest Estates is offering a location that is centrally located in the southern end of Niagara Falls, across from a beautiful park, as well as surrounded by numerous restaurants and activities such as golf courses, and the calming area as far as less traffic and the amenities that the area has to offer is quite attractive to the Torontonian that's coming in, or a larger city person that's coming down to the area. I think choice, right? That the consumer will have choice, and that they have the opportunity to plan what that lifestyle will look like, and that they're not just going to be pigeonholed into what's available or having to wait for something that they want.